Browns losers in overtime here in Tampa, Mary Kay, 26-23, their fourth overtime game already this season. And this one was a tough one for this team to swallow because they were trailing at one point by multiple scores. They came back, tied the game, had an opportunity to win it, but just couldn't make the plays when they needed them.
Yeah, I mean, they trailed 16-2 at the half. They came back, tied it up, got into overtime, and then they lose on a 59-yard field goal by a guy who had missed a 40-yarder at the end of regulation and also missed an extra point. So no one really believed he was going to do that. But the person who took it the hardest in the locker room was by far Jabril Peppers, who fumbled on the punt return in overtime. I mean, he almost looked like he was ready to cry or had cried or something. I mean, it was very, very emotional for him. He was trying so hard to make a play for this team. Once again, didn't work out.
Yeah, and credit to Peppers for taking responsibility for the loss, not wanting to hear anything about there were other plays that could have been made, et cetera, et cetera. He took responsibility for it, and this is a guy that had been coming on as a punt returner and a kick returner, had been making plays, and this was one of those cases. He leapt over a defender, was trying to make something happen, and the ball got knocked out.
Yeah, and like you said, he had just made a 32-yard return earlier that led to a touchdown and was one of the big reasons why they were able to score 21 points in the second half. So really hard for Jabril and the whole rest of the team.
Now, the defense, they did their job today. They did give up a lot of yardage, but they forced 4 turnovers by the Bucs. And the offense, as usual, it's been a story of the season, unable to take advantage of many of those turnovers. They scored just once off a turnover.
Yeah, again, like you said, 4 takeaways by the defense. They now have a league-leading 20 of those, and it's really, really been difficult. So much so, in fact, that afterwards Hugh Jackson was really upset about the offensive performance. They did not score a point, the offense didn't, in the first half of the game. The 2 points was on a safety. So the offense did not score a point. He's had it. He's fired up about it. Got him going up on that topic a little bit afterwards. And actually, my takeaway was that he did not rule out taking the play calling back from Todd Haley. We asked him several different times, and he said, I'll do whatever I need to do. I'm the head coach of this football team. So there could be changes forthcoming.
Yeah, and one of the things about this offense that has stood out is the slow starts. Talked to Joel Bitonio a little bit after the game. He didn't have an explanation for it. Said, well, they practiced well. They felt really good about those scripted plays at the beginning, and they're not getting anything out of those scripts. This team has played best when they've been trailing and trying to come back, almost improvising. So it'll be interesting to see what Hugh Jackson does with the offense. We'll have full coverage of this game today at cleveland.com/Browns.